here we go. So I got this comment on now I think the person was kind of being a little flippant. However, we get this often. We get this kind of question often. And the question is about debating. In other words, we've had a lot of people, oh, you should debate this person. You should debate this person. Well, this person, Daniel, writes on one of our videos and says, Rob and Caleb, would you ever consider debating Rabbi Asher Meza? Now, Asher Meza, for those who don't know, I know of Asher Meza. He was raised Christian. He left the faith, became a rabbi, and now he pushes the bounds, even with the Orthodox. A lot of the Orthodox are not very happy with Asher's positions. Anyway, with all that said, I've talked to Asher on the phone several times. I think maybe once or twice. I know for sure once, and it was a long conversation. And then I think we might have talked another time. Anyway, first of all, we've never debated anyone. Right?
Yeah,
I'm not sure why people think that that's our thing.
Debate's not really my thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. So, I mean, if someone's going to debate somebody like Asher Meza, contact a James White or a Michael Brown. And Michael Brown has talked to Asher Meza before. Or, some of these guys who actually debate. Wow.
Why do people, I'm just not, to me, the debates don't really accomplish much just for me, for my style of learning. So I don't mean that generally. I mean that just for my style of learning. But I wonder, do people just get entertained by debates? In other words, they just like going to a boxing match, or is it just entertaining to see two people committed to different things kind of spar it out and then just say, yeah, and then to talk about it?
Yes and no. So for instance, like when Ken Ham debated, I forget who, on creationism. Now, my mind is pretty much already set. I've studied this before. I know what I believe. I'm not going in to watch this debate thinking, oh man, I might actually turn to the other side. So that was
right. Are most people like that?
Well, I don't know. I believe it depends on the debate. When it came to something like, the doctrines of grace, for instance. Now, I first read, and I've told this story before, I first read J.I. Packer's Evangelism and the Sovereignty of God, which was the first light bulb that went on in my brain towards the doctrines of grace. Uh-huh. Now, when I watched James White debate the topic, that's when the nail in the coffin happened for me in the doctrines of grace. So it was one of his debates that actually solidified that in my mind. Yeah, I could say the same thing about, I've always believed in the deity of the Messiah, but
so the debate helped you, particularly with the doctrines of grace. The debate helped you because of the format of the debate, or was it just that a person gave information that you could have got from an R.C. Sproul YouTube video? If you knew where to look.
That's a great question. And my answer to that would be yes, all the information is readily available, and I'm sure that I could have come to it through other means. But one of the things that really strengthened it for me was seeing the lack of argument from the other side.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. No, that I could see how that would be helpful.
So you have two people that are supposed to be presenting side against side. And when James White presented this side, it was like, wow, that sounds really good. And I'm sure I probably could have gotten that from Sproul or whatever. But then on the other side, you have like, what are you talking? Like, come on, that's not a good argument. That's the best you get. This is the best that this side has. Those are the kind of things. But for me, if I'm going to watch a debate, I don't want to watch some no-name, YouTuber get on and debate someone who is proficient at debating. I'm not a debater.
Right.
I was not on the debate team at my school because I was homeschooled. It would have been me debating my mom. So maybe I'd be good at that. I don't know. But for me, this is what I wrote back, and this is kind of the way that I think about it. I said, no, what would be the point? I'm fully aware of Mr. Meza, and I've chatted with him on the phone. I am not sure what benefit would come out of debating him. And this is Meza particularly.
Or what would the goal of the debate be from our perspective?
Well, yeah, I say his position is clear. He thinks that Yeshua is not the Messiah. Our position is clear. We think Yeshua is the Messiah. If people have questions, I'm sure they could be answered on our website. In other words, we have given multiple, hundreds, thousands of hours of audio, thousands of pages written on our stance. If people want to know what our stance is, they can go, they can go look at it. But I've never really been interested in debating because that's not really what we've done. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button and check out more videos from Messiah Matters.